Hi, everyone, and welcome to Cyberwitch, your online resource for spiritual development. I'm Orly Stewart, and I've been working as a psychic and clairvoyant for almost 20 years. Please hit like and subscribe for new videos every week to help your spiritual evolution. Today, we are talking about how to get started in paganism and all the different things that you can do to grow your journey down this path, embracing the powerful forces of the earth. And the idea is we are filled with all these incredible messages from the living universe. And the more we tap into what is going on by increasing our psychic awareness, the things that you will learn are absolutely beautiful and profound and will totally change your life. So this is all aligned to this awakening that we are going through all across the earth. And this has been happening, ramping up faster and faster over the past several years, but especially over the past year. And there's a lot of people noticing differences and shifts in the currents around us, and people don't know what's going on, and it's even affecting people's behavior because so much is going on in our reality at subtle levels with spiritual energies. So this is a big part of why learning from the path of paganism is so helpful to people, and a big part of what I want to help teach people today is how to become creative and embrace this notion of self-discovery as you are getting to know the living universe, as you are uniting your own energy with the energy of the cosmic mind. And this can be very shocking. And a big part of this is the awakening is aligned with breaking free from chains that we did not choose. Because a lot of us were raised in fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of the paranormal, fear of all these different things that didn't make any sense, and fear of all the different forces that are affecting us, what people refer to as demons. All these different things are holding people in a perspective of fear. Now, of course, there are things that are dangerous, of course, spiritually, but avoiding thinking outside the box when it comes to your own unique spiritual path is extremely limiting because we are growing up in these philosophical, spiritual chains that limit our ability to connect with the forces of the universe that are all around us because we are perceiving so much through a lens of fear. And that causes shame and it causes guilt. And all of this is subconsciously within us as we're trying to figure out how to grow ourselves spiritually and how to really come into our own power. This is something that people often get hit really hard with when they start evolving spiritually. It's like the idea behind our shadow work when we're doing training on our own brains through our spiritual practice, all this stuff is going to come up. And if you are afraid of it, it just takes a harder hold on you. And this is where the beauty of self-exploration comes in when it comes to beginning to open yourself up to understanding paganism and connecting to the forces of the earth. So the idea is begin to allow yourself to question what you have been taught and explore the mysteries of nature by connecting to it and the spiritual parts of yourself. And a big part of this is going to be aligned with rejecting the guilt or shame from your past teachings by affirming your right and ability to explore and enjoy your life, because that is one of the biggest things that people deal with. It's this guilt of knowing how hard the world is for so many people and then not being able to enjoy your own life because of knowing this and being in connection to that. And this is something that your own connection to the energies of the earth can help heal. And one of the first steps is definitely allowing yourself to break out of the normal busyness of your day, your normal routine, and allow yourself to, first of all, spend time alone with your own mind, which for so many people is actually kind of scary to them, which is definitely an obstacle to go into that you should work on, because you need to know who you are, to open yourself up to the forces of nature that are around you without distractions. And we're constantly looking for things to distract us, to stimulate our brains, where people are losing this ability to just be comfortable being alone in silence in their own mind, and then especially doing this in nature. This is going to help you to withdraw from your old beliefs and listen to your inner voice without fear. So, going into that, when we're talking about learning paganism, you can begin by thinking about, well, what is interesting to you? And then start researching those traditions that inspire you. When this happens, you should realize that something is calling to you when you have these experiences. And part of what your mission is to find out what that is. And it's going to be these forces of nature expressing themselves to you in some kind of way. Now it's time for our 20-second vibe check. SpaceX rescue team crew commander wears alien costume to greet stranded NASA astronauts. Butch Wilmore and Sunny Williams were supposed to be in space for only 8 days and have been marooned for over 276 days aboard the International Space Station due to helium leaks and thruster failures, stranding them in space. Now, SpaceX's crew has reached them, greeting the astronauts with an alien mask costume when docking aboard. When you are embarking on the path of paganism, you're listening to nature literally communicating to you and through you. And this is all about understanding how to listen to the inner truth of your own self that is part of nature as well. So a great way to get started is to connect directly to nature. So you can do that by obviously finding a place in nature that you go to on a recurring basis and start developing and building a relationship between yourself and the energies of that land. You can also do this in your own home just by sitting and meditating and connecting directly to the forces of the earth all around you. This is important to help you to open yourself up to sensing and taking note of all these energies and how they make you feel, what comes into your mind, what makes it different than day-to-day life. What is the difference between being at one with our own self and nature surrounding us versus what you're going through in the normal patterns of life? These are keys to help you understand the messages by noticing that shift and that difference. So even when you are going back to your regular days, you'll pick up on these sensations of the really pure forces of the spirit world coming through and communicating to you, because you've spent time meditating or you've spent time in nature and really feeling and resonating in those energies. And you can notice when they start coming through on a regular basis. And often they help us by guiding us into synchronicities where it's these serendipitous moments where the universe is literally guiding us to our betterment by being open to the forces of nature that are guiding you through the living universe's cosmic mind. And so, a big idea behind it is to connect to forces that are outside of yourself. So, you could discover a pagan pantheon that you feel calling to you and drawn to. When this happens, it's literally those deities reaching out to you because they want you to learn more about them. So, even spending time researching literature, sacred texts, historical books, all these kind of things are actually part of your own spiritual work when you're studying those kind of materials or even watching documentaries about that stuff. The more you're filling your mind patterns with this information, it will help you to pick up on even more messages that are being given to you. Another aspect of it is just understanding your own inner guides that communicate to you through the forces of nature. So if something like spirits outside of yourself aren't for you, your own guides are with you, communicating to you through nature. And then, of course, we have Lucifer, who serves as the light bringer, the rebel angel, who is here to help manifest this frequency of awareness. When we connect into Lucifer on that frequency, it enhances our psychic abilities and our intuition, your clairvoyant senses, all these things that give you deeper messages in what is going on in the world and universe around you than the mundane life that you are expecting will come through when you raise your awareness to those frequencies of Lucifer. And that is why he is the light bringer and a symbol of rebellion against oppression, because those energies literally illuminate our minds to help us to understand the information and the experiences we are having so they make sense to us, because very often it can just go over your head. But with the light of Lucifer, it will help you to process that and understand it when you're raising your energy to those frequencies by putting in this kind of work to shifting the patterns of your life. And so a great way of doing this is literally to get a candle, light that candle in honor of Lucifer, and say, I am lighting this candle to illuminate my life. Lucifer, please come and help me to understand and see all the unknown things that are part of spirituality that are in my life. Help me to raise my awareness. Help me to spiritually evolve. You can literally say anything from your heart, asking to have these energies come to you and help you to awaken and to help change your life just through the simple act of working with the elements of nature through lighting a candle. And if that is something that you're interested in, you can, of course, take that one step further and make a altar or shrine to the spirits that you want to connect with. By creating that space, it allows those energies to have a direct place to flow into your life through creating something in the earth realm that will help them to manifest through around you. And be creative about it. That's the idea. You're supposed to find your own unique and creative ways as an artist, like a spiritual artist, on how you express yourself. Because when we have a really pure and beautiful connection to the cosmos, to the spirit world, it will result in amazing creativity that'll just start coming out of nowhere. So even working on artwork with the spirits of nature inspiring you is another great way to start getting into your pagan practice. Make sure to also journal and write down notes with the date of anything that you're doing and your experiences, because that will really help you make sense of everything later. You're watching Cyber Witch. Check out the video course that John Vermillion and I made to teach you meditation. We cover the foundational practices of occult meditation to achieve deeper states of consciousness. Whether you are a seasoned practitioner or a beginner, this will support your journey into higher understanding and spiritual connections. Check out our occult meditation video course to guide you through the essential techniques of meditation, helping you tap into other realms and inner wisdom. Find that linked below. And now back to the show. This is a time of the harvest. That is Lucifer's message for us right now. The harvest is the fruits of everything that we've been working on, and it is a literal gathering of like-minded individuals all across the world that are awakening to these deeper and more enhanced forces of energy. That's why we have incarnated now at this time. This is literally our legacy, to be as beacons of this awakened energy of connecting to the earth and living your life in harmony with it, where we are literally connected to everything around us and have an energetic understanding of that and what those responsibilities are. It's really important to understand that those who hear the voice are coming together, and it's people who are ready to break free from oppression of religious systems that are getting in the way of us finding the source of God, of the universe, of the cosmic mind, of whatever you want to call it, directly within you, and having access to that within your own self and your own experiences where you can truly understand it. And this is essentially gathering the bounty of earth. That's all of our energy unifying at this call of awakening. And this is a significant shift in this era. This is our transition into greater aeons where old structures are weakening because of the increase in the shift of elevation from all of you that are already tapping into this and beginning to understand that, of course, there's more to the world than societies that are just based on the material. Of course, spirituality is real and is so important for all of us to understand. And the phrase, the bounty of earth, ties to the concept of the pagan harvest, where we are celebrating nature, we are celebrating the seasons. So a great way to do this is to allow yourself to celebrate the seasons, create your own beautiful celebrations to honor nature as it shifts, whether it be the different phases of the moon or something like the spring equinox, which is coming up very soon this month. All these different beautiful shifts of seasons, the solstices, all those cosmic events are sacred, and you can do things to help yourself connect into that energy by just learning about it and meditating and feeling the energies during that time and how it changes you and what you have to learn in your place in this world. And so we are celebrating nature from the pagan worldview instead of fearing it. Of course, we understand that contains so many things, the light and the dark, but just because something is dangerous doesn't mean that you should not understand it, because you need to understand things in order to protect yourself. And that's why awakening to all the energetic forces is so important, so we understand them. And so find a seasonal ritual and start there. That's a really great suggestion for all of you. And so this is your time to harvest your power. You can start that today. And you can comment below with sharing your first steps with that. And just like me, we're all in this together. This is our legacy, and this is why we're here, to rise into our own power. And we're all part of the living universe together. And you will understand what I mean as you get deeper into these mysteries for yourself. So please let us know, what are your steps going forward to learn more about your own pagan path. Please subscribe if you're new, and give this video a like to help us with the algorithm. If you would like to reach me for all my spiritual services and online classes, all that stuff is linked below in the description of this video as a resource for you. Thank you so much to all the patrons and channel members, and I'll see you next time. Bye.